Okay, so here is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. This finishes at $289.50 today. That is down 16.69%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $8.15 today. That is up 15.44%. So this one has been trending for a couple of days now. This has been squeezing along with many other meme stocks. So today, it appears like the squeeze is not done just yet. This went all the way from $3 all the way to $10. So no news or anything to justify this price action here. So just the same old stuff going on. A lot of ape stuff. So we have a gap up at $3. So that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back down to $3 eventually to fill the gap. And it may never fill, but that's worth mentioning. We did have another gap up at 6 a couple days ago, but that one did fill. Came down, filled the gap at 6, and went right back up. And it appears like we have a cup and handle here, complete cup and handle. Top of the cup being $9.40, bottom of the cup being around $2. If this is in fact a cup and handle, and the handle will start to form soon, this should pull back to around $5.50 to complete the handle. Just some quick math off the top of my head. So that is a bearish indicator in the short term. We also have a gap up all the way back at around $150. That was back in January, and that never filled. So that is a bearish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back down to $150 to fill that gap. And again, that gap may never fill, but that is noteworthy. So let's analyze this. So right now this is sitting on the support of $8.15. Which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be $9.10, $9.40, and then the all-time high, $10. And if it breaks $10, then it's on to uncharted territory, and the market will decide for itself what this stock is worth. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be $7.05, $6.50, $6, $5.30, $5.15, $4.85, $4.60, $4.25, $4, $3.80, $3.50, $3.30, $3.10, $2.90, $2.60, $2.50, $2.30, $2, $1.75, $1.60, $1.35, and then the low of $1.20. So right now at this current price, $8.15, the channels to the upside and the downside are extremely wide, so expect a very large amount of price action either way this goes. Really no support or resistance holding this price up right now. However, if/when this comes back down to $5.30, then the channels start to narrow, and I expect the price action to slow down a good amount. RSI is currently at 84, so that is pretty overbought and overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 181 million in volume today. Very significant volume day. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long right now, not financial advice, I would not do that. I don't recommend that. We're getting a lot of bearish indicators here. Cup complete, so now the handle is likely to form. That's a bearish indicator, likely to come back to $5.50 to form the handle. High RSI, high volume, those are likely to pull back, so the price is also likely to pull back. And just in general, this has been on a massive run the past week. Went from $3 all the way to $10. So after such a run like this, you would have to expect some pullback. So maybe this still has more room to run, but it appears like most of the action is over, and this should be coming back down in the short term. So if you want to go long, I think you already missed your opportunity to make the fat tendies. Should have got in at 3. I think if you were to enter here at 8.15, you'd be FOMOing in at a relative high, and you're probably going to end up holding the bag. So I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. However, if this does come back to $3 to fill the gap, then I would say that is an excellent entry point, and I would support going long there. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I think that's a pretty good play. for all the same reasons I just mentioned. The cup complete handle is supposed to form soon. That's a bearish indicator, likely coming back to 550. High RSI and high volume, multiple gap ups. Really bearish indicators here. Very bearish looking chart. So it appears that this is a lot more likely to go to the downside than to keep running to the upside. So I think this should come back down to at least 550 to form the handle, if not 3 to fill the gap. So from here, 815, a lot of downside potential. You should be able to make at least 30% going short here. Not financial advice. Yeah, all the indicators are here. So going short looks like a pretty good play here, and I would support that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG Vinco Ventures. Okay, here is AMC. This finishes at $47.13 today. That is up 8.77%. So, just another day for AMC. Still extremely volatile. Still leading the way on stock twits. The apes are still strong with this one. So yeah, today we get another 9% gain. So first of all, looks like we have a possible cup here. Top of the cup could be 58 or 55. And it appears the bottom of the cup was 29. It appears now that we have reversed. And this is now pushing to the upside. A lot of positive momentum here. So no guarantees, but this could complete the cup at 55 or 58. So that is a bullish indicator in the short term. All right, let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 48 and 44.50. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 48, 51.25, 55, 58, 62.50, 65, 68.70, and then the all-time high 72.62. Now if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 44.50, 42, 40, 37.70, 34.80, 32, 29, 26, 20.40, 17.30, 16.50, and then the low of $14. And there's a bunch of support below 14, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now with this current price, 47.13, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide. Nothing new with AMC, an extremely volatile stock. So either way this goes, expect an extreme amount of price action. However, if/when this comes back down to 14, the channel starts to narrow. So I expect the price action to decrease significantly if/when this comes back to $14. RSI is currently at 64. So not quite in overbought, overvalued territory, but quickly approaching that. So be cautious, guys. And this did 127 million in volume today. Very significant volume, way more than average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long right now, not financial advice, I personally wouldn't do it. I don't think this is the greatest entry, but this could pay off. We have the possible cup and handle here. Looks like a cup in the making. So if this does complete, this should go back to 55 or 58. So that's a bullish indicator there. So I don't think it's the greatest entry, and I'm not going to go for it, but I can't blame you if you want to do so. Just be aware of the risks. If this does go back to the downside, you're going to lose quite a bit of money if you go long here. But if this does come back to 32 or 29, I think those are very good entry points, and I would support going long there. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. While you could make a decent amount of money, I don't think the risk is really worth it here. We have the bullish indicator of the cup and handle in the making, and this is AMC. This is the biggest meme stock. You know, this can pump up real fast at any time, and you could end up getting squeezed out. So going short could pay off, but you're also exposing yourself to a lot of risk, and I just don't really think that's worth it. But again, can't blame you if you want to go short, so just be aware of the risks if you want to go short. However, if this does complete the cup at 55 or 58, then I would say that is an excellent time to start a short position. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC. Okay, here is SPRT Support.com. This finishes at $31.36 today. That is down 13.82%. Here's another meme stock that has been getting squeezed in the past week. At one point, this hit $60 at the high and has since pulled back very significantly. Now we're at 31, and it appears like we're getting some consolidation now. So maybe the squeeze is over. Maybe not, but it's losing a lot of momentum, and it's going to need a big push to get this going again. But yeah, no news or anything to justify this price action today. Just more ape stuff going on. So we do have a gap up at $20, so that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back down to $20 to fill that gap eventually. And honestly, it'll probably be in the short term. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 36.20 and 31. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 36.20, 38.60, 43.15, and then the all-time high, 59.69. And if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 31, 29.30, 26.10, $20, and then 15. And there's a bunch of support below 15, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 31.36, the channels to the upside and the downside are extremely wide, so expect a very significant amount of price action either way this goes. There is really no support or resistance holding this stock up, so this can go flying either way. However, if/when this comes back down to $15, the channels start to narrow, so expect a price action to decrease significantly if/when this comes back down to 15. The RSI is currently at 80, so that is pretty overbought and overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 29 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that. I don't recommend that. This is pulled back pretty hard, but this is still not the greatest entry. The time to go long would have been 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20. But here at 31, not the greatest entry. You're probably going to end up holding the bag. We got a lot of bearish indicators. Gap up, high RSI, high volume. Very bearish looking chart. Honestly, this looks like MRIN, MMAT, AMC, GME. The graphs look very similar. If history repeats itself, this should come free falling down pretty hard. So yeah, going long here doesn't seem like a great idea. Probably going to get burned. However, if this does come back down to 15, then I would say that is a great time to start building a long position. But at this current price, 31.36, not a great entry. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play. For the same reasons I just mentioned, gap up, high RSI, high volume, looks like it's going to go into free fall. This should come back down to 20 at least to fill the gap. So you should be able to make at least 30% going short here. Maybe even more. So all the technicals are there. The chart is pretty much screaming sell or short this right now. So I would support that. Now I will say that this appears like the squeeze is over, but you never know. It still could be on. So if you do decide to go short and the squeeze is not over and this does squeeze, you could be in some pretty big trouble. Not very likely, but possible. So just be aware of that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. Consider taking profits, not financial advice, but this does not appear to look very good in the short term. Looks like it's coming down. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SPRT Support.com. Okay, here is GSAT Globalstar Inc. This finishes at $1.99 today. That is down 15.32%. So this popped yesterday on a possible Apple partnership. All just speculation at this point. But yeah, we got some pretty big pullback today. This is another one of those meme stocks that was squeezing this week. This might be the end for this stock. The squeeze might have been squoze. Can't say for sure, but down 15% today. Doesn't look very good in the short term. So we have a gap up at 145. So that is a bearish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back down to 145 eventually to fill that gap. Probably in the short term. And it does look like we have a big cup and handle forming here. Possible cup and handle. Top of the cup being 3, the all-time high. and the bottom being about 85 cents. So this could come back to 3 to complete the cup. No guarantees, but possible. RSI is currently at 65, so not quite overbought and overvalued, but quickly approaching that. And this did 147 million in volume today. Very significant volume day. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. This could go to 3 to complete the cup, but in all likelihood, this is probably going to go to the downside, to 145, to fill the gap. Really no bullish indicators here except for the cup and handle in the making. But we have a lot of bearish indicators here. High RSI, high volume, gap up. We have more bearish indicators than bullish indicators. A little difficult to tell where it's going to go in the short term, but in my personal opinion, this is more likely to go to the downside. We have more indicators here. So if you were to go long here at $2, you're probably going to be FOMOing in. You're going to try to catch a falling knife. That's never a good idea. You're probably going to end up holding the bag. So I wouldn't go long at this current price. I don't think this is a great entry. But if this does come back to 145 to fill the gap, then I would say that is a good time to start building a short position. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play. Again, a lot of bearish indicators here. High volume, high RSI, gap up, and this does appear to be going into free fall mode. So in all likelihood, this is going to pull back to at least 145, and that would be around a 30% profit at this current price of 2. So that's a lot of tendies to be made there, a lot of downside potential. So if you want to go short at this current price, I would support that. However, just be aware, like I said, this could possibly go back up to 3 to complete the cup. So if that does happen, you would be taking a 50% loss. Not very likely, but possible, so just be aware of that. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. Consider taking profits, not financial advice. The chart doesn't look good in the short term. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is GSAT Globalstar Inc. Okay, so here is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. This finishes at $289.50 today. That is down 16.69%. So this one had news and earnings. So let's take a look at that first. So first of all, we got a bunch of price downgrades. BTIG downgrades to 460. Deutsche Bank downgrades to 350. Mizuho downgrades to 350. Bank of America downgrades to 385. Stifel downgrades to 350. UBS downgrades to 315. Piper Sandler downgrades to 369. Bear downgrades to 380. And we got KeyBank downgrades to 398. So yeah, a lot of downgrades. So that's not good. Very negative sentiment there. Okay, so for earnings, EPS was $4.79, which beat the estimate of $4.67. Revenue was $4.015 billion versus the estimate of $4.01 billion. So the earnings beat on both the EPS and the revenue, yet the stock is still down 17% today. Very interesting. So here's another example of buy the rumor, sell the news. So earnings was a big catalyst, and it appears that everyone sold the news, especially the hedge funds and the firms. So it just goes to show, even when the company does really well on the earnings, doesn't really mean much. The stock can still go tanking. So we have a gap down at 340. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back up to 340 eventually to fill that gap. Probably in the short term. And we also had another gap down way back here in December at 460. And that gap never filled. So another bullish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back up to 460 at some point eventually. RSI is currently at 25, so that is oversold and undervalued. And this did 34.5 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Biggest volume day ever for this stock. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play. This is near the relative bottom. Really can't go too much lower. And we have a lot of bullish indicators here. Multiple gap downs. Low RSI. High volume on the sell side. So this chart is screaming to go long here. This should come back pretty quickly in the short term. So maybe this has a little bit more room to pull back, but it really can't go down too much further. So I would say at this price, 290, this is an excellent time to start a long position. And if it does continue to pull back, then you can just average down. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, doesn't seem too smart. I would not do that. I don't recommend that. For the same reasons just mentioned, multiple gap downs, low RSI, high volume on the short side. So this does appear like it's going to go back up in the short term. Again, maybe this has more room to run to the downside, but it really doesn't have too much more room to go. Not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential here. You wouldn't be making that much money opening a short position here, and you're putting yourself at risk of getting squeezed out. So the risk is really not worth the reward here. You'd be shorting for crumbs and putting yourself at risk of losing a lot of money. So logically, doesn't seem too smart, doesn't make a lot of sense, so I don't recommend that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.